Hi, everybody, and welcome back. My name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. So, in my timeline, it is now technically Mother's Day. It's like 3:53 a.m. on Mother's Day. But, um, so this tip is not going to be posted for months, but I wanted to do it before I forgot about it. So this will go up like sometime around October, November, right before winter sets in. So, I am from the Midwest, and we grill until we absolutely can no longer grill in the Midwest. Warm day in January, we grill. Oh, December, as long as there's not snow on the ground, and maybe if there is, we're grilling. March, as soon as it's done, we're grilling. Like a lot of us do. In fact, oh my gosh, so in Chicago, they used to have, I remember they'd have on leases that you couldn't grill in your bathtub because people would regularly grill on in their bathtub and asphyxiate themselves and start apartments on fire. We like to grill. So, in 2020, I bought a grill, a simple little grill from Walmart. Hated it. Never again. The grate, literally, you're scrubbing it or whatever, and it was hot and it flipped out, landed on my composite deck, melted it. So now I have grill marks in there. It's absolutely infuriates me. So that grill, on top of being an absolute pain, a year later, it had rusted out for the most part. And well, I didn't expect miracles from my $100 Walmart grill. I expected more than a year. I tried to kind of get through the 2021 season with it. I just didn't really grill out a lot, and used other methods because I was bound and determined to try and figure out how I could make this work. I couldn't. So beginning of 2022, I bought a new grill. This one's much nicer. I paid closer attention. I made sure that, everything it had, I made sure the grate wasn't going to flip out of the thing. I bought a cover for it. The cover, oh my gosh, the cover, I was so mad. So I got the cover from Amazon, and they have the 30 days. Well, the first month or so, it was fine. It didn't really rain, nothing happened. And then by day, I don't know, by the 6 to 8 week mark, it had mold growing on the inside of it. It was so super gross. So I was like, okay, well, I guess no cover. So I kept it nice. I paid attention. I put aluminum foil in the bottom of my grill so that grease doesn't pile up. And I thought, well, maybe it's all the grease and the scrubbing that's doing it, so I kept aluminum foil. So I still have to scrub it, obviously, every so often, but that way, one, I don't get grease fires, and two, the grease doesn't eat away at the bottom. So I'm like, okay, that's good, right? So then the first year went great, lasted really nice. So so I got it in 2022. And then 2023 was pretty nice. 2024, again, it was working fairly well. So I got 3 seasons out of it, which I just don't think is long enough for a grill, personally. I mean, maybe, I don't know, leave it in the comments. Is that pretty customary? Grills rust out after 3 years? So I went to clean the heat tents or whatever they're called, little triangle things that go over. And there was so much rust on them that I literally, in the scrubbing process, I thought I would just scrub it off and then paint it with like heat paint or whatever. And instead it, sorry. Instead, I just ended up with holes and a messy sink. So, started looking. Only thing I found was on Amazon, and I had to replace like multiple parts because it was like all one set. And because I had a 3-burner grill, and it has like 2 that are like normal sizes, but then the one that's like wider. So that was going to be like, I don't know, $40-ish or something like that. So I was like, okay, well, still cheaper than 100, right? So then I was working on cleaning the grate and like making sure that's all cleaned well. It's cast iron grate, and I regularly clean it with I'm trying to think what it's called, like steel wool or whatever. And then I oil it and I season it and I keep a well greased grill, I do what I'm supposed to do. And then that too was really rusty. So I was like, how much can I scrub it? So I was scrubbing it and scrubbing it and scrubbing it. And I realized that no matter how much I scrubbed it, it was never going to get rid of the rust. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's just a low quality thing, or my guess is because I have such a small space and I have just a small little, like, I don't know, I think maybe 8x10 if I were to look. Outdoor storage, maybe 6x10. It's like a really small shed. So I don't have a ton of storage. So I just normally like leave it out in the winter and hope for the best. And I did not get the best. So I ended up having to go and buy a new grill today. I did find a 3-burner grill for like $133.50. And I have a small space. It's just me and my kids, so I don't need a large grill. I considered getting the 4-burner grill for a little bit more because my kid's graduating this year. By this point, you actually already know that they've graduated. So I was like, oh, but we're gonna need it for. And he's like, no. He's like, it'll be fine, Mom. We don't need to waste the extra $17. And I was like, are you sure? Yeah. Okay. So I did replace it. But and maybe I'll see this video in my timeline because I'll see it constantly because I'll schedule it for later. And so when I look at my scheduled videos, because like I normally, as I film, I just like kind of schedule them for like a month or 2 ahead of time and then put them in order after like I get them. Like today I put all the videos in order for like May 20th through July 3rd. I was really, really behind. But that's okay because now I have a month to catch up on my book and to work on my being a travel agent. So life is good, right? But as a result, because this will be posted for like sometime in like October, maybe November, I will see it frequently. It'll always be at like the top there. So, hopefully it'll remind me too to make room in the shed, and hopefully I'll have room because I'm planning on just finishing up all my projects. That's, my big goal for the summer. And then I don't have to worry about it. But today's tip for frugal living is to take care of your grill. So the summer season, as it winds to an end, uh, don't try and stretch that last few weeks out, which is what I have always historically done. And you know, so instead of trying to stretch that last few weeks out, make sure that you clean everything in your grill and get it all in working order. Make sure that the grates are all cleaned and rust free and well oiled and gosh, I can't think of what it's called. It's like what you do with cast iron pans, reseasoned. Make sure they're reseasoned and make sure it's clean and dry and all covered up and put away if you have a shed or garage somewhere safe to put it. If you're one of my like Florida residents, well then this doesn't apply to you. I mean, you don't take your grill inside unless there's a hurricane, right? I mean, at least that's what we did. And unless there was a hurricane, it stayed in the lanai and then it went into the shed. But, or not the shed, the garage. I don't know why I said shed. Probably because I have a shed. My kid spent years breaking me of the habit of calling the shed a garage. Finally, I call it. Now I'm calling all garages sheds. But if you don't want to have to next year be like I was this year on Mother's Day and giving up the fight, giving up the scrub because you realize that, oh, and I could have replaced the grates as well, but that would have been all in all, it would have been $80 to maybe make the grill last another year or two. And I felt like it wasn't worth it because the electric start on it, you know, like you turn it on, didn't work. It stopped working sometime last year, and the one never really worked right. And so I was having to light it with a lighter. So I was like, you know what? I was like, it's only a matter of time before the whole grill goes. So I decided instead of spending $80, I'd spend $130 and just replace the whole grill. Which I really am not a fan of doing. I don't know, maybe I'll like put it out there and somebody can have it and repair it or whatever themselves. Because I hate wasting it. Or maybe somebody will turn it into like I've seen people turn them into raised garden beds, which is kind of creative and cool, but you know, I don't think I'd want to have to clean it out and deal with it like that. Plus, I'd probably then get critters who were crawling in there, and then they would go into my grill too. And so just lately, I have had so many animals coming on the deck. I'm thinking I have a baby gate in the thing that I had gotten from my resale business. I'm thinking I might put it up on the deck in hopes that some of them stop. But you know, squirrels will climb over it. The geese will fly over it. The geese have been on my deck a ridiculous amount. You know, the muskrats and rabbits will hop through it. So I don't even know if that would work. Or if it's just futile. But today's tip for frugal living is, as winter approaches, clean your grill. Get it in good working order. Season the grates and clean out all the grease and the oil. Get it all set and dry and put away somewhere safe. And just accept that it is time to do your inside cooking for the season. So, anyways, again, my name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. If you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.